Hello, you are listening to Cali Chats, a healthy living podcast with a goal of helping you find true happiness within your mind, body, and soul. I'm Jessie Cali, and it is time to get real. Hi guys, welcome back to Cali Chats. Here we are again, sitting here talking about our futures, our goals, and I think it's time that I look back at some of my old blogs. So today, we are actually going to dig into one of the first blogs I posted on Cali Creates and revisit the message that I had on that in word form, spoken word form. So here we are. This blog post was posted back in August of 2019. It was my second blog I had ever posted, and it's called The Truth About Goals. Let me tell you a secret. So let's talk about goals. We've already gone through on the first episode with how to live a healthy lifestyle in 2021, and we did not really dig deep into goals, so that's why I wanted to do this episode, so we can finally start to talk about goals and how we achieve those and what that means for us. So who else is with me on New Year's resolutions? If you're anything like me, you buy that brand new planner the first of the year. It is so cute, so cute. And you have all intentions of using said planner because 1, it is cute. 2, it's going to keep you hella organized. And 3, there's a section in it for goals. There's always cool sections in planners. I buy my planners based on the cool things. I'm like the stickers. I buy it for like the colors and the fun stuff. I look and see what kind of fun little activities there are. And everything's on track, right? You get it. You find some time to write all your information in it because, what if you lose it? Someone has to find you. You might write your passwords in it that you can never seem to remember. You put an emergency contact in there because, I don't know, it's always in every planner, so I just feel the need to write it down. And then lastly, your important dates and goals. New year, new you, right? Let's do this. You write all your goals in, you close the planner, and you go about your life. Then boom, drops in. 6 months later, it's super hot outside. It is summer. You open your planner and you have a reaction that's kind of like, oh, Lord, and you haven't done anything. Have you been there? Now, this isn't everyone. Maybe someone has already found out that secret that took me 27 years to discover. And yeah, you heard me right, 27 years. Like up until I wrote this blog back in 2019, I was always doing this. I was always buying my planner, getting all excited. And then 6 months later, I was not following through on my goals every single time. So if you already figured out this secret that took me many, many years to figure out, congratulations. That's amazing. I wish that I had done the same. So what is our problem? What was my problem leading up until 2018? Why did it take me forever to get to where I am today with my goals? Vision and mindset. The problem was I was writing all of my goals down, which were, really great goals. They're always great goals. You always set the bar super high. You do great things. And then what you do, you close your planner. You go about your life. In the first few months, you do follow through on some goals, but eventually it dwindles off. And why is that? Why we do that? Because our goals were not in our vision and our mindset was not completely there yet. Goals are great. They are essential if you are looking for growth and change in your life. However, to be the best you, vision is key. And what comes with vision? Goals. But this can't be done backwards. You can't write down all the goals you want if it doesn't match your vision and mindset. You can count out at least half of the goals you wrote down if you don't match them to your vision and your mindset. I'm sure by this point you're like, okay, I get it, Jessie. Vision is key. I need a healthy mindset, whatever. It all has to match. Got it. How do I do that? You're like, what's next? How do I get there? Well, to put it frankly, through a lot of unmet goals and a lot of mostly blank planners, I got mad at myself. Like, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you get mad if you're spending like $20 every year on, and I mean, $20 isn't like, I guess, a lot, but $20 every year on a planner, you write down all these amazing goals, you print them out, you put them on your wall, you do great things, and then you do nothing. It's so frustrating. I would think to myself, Why are you buying these planners? You are better than this. Why did you forget about that? That was a great goal. It would have been great to accomplish that. After that inner battle with myself commenced, I just kept thinking about what would get me motivated and what would actually keep me consistent with following through on my goals. I continued to think on this when I started a new job back when I was living in Baltimore. Long story short, I had been in a work environment that drove me to leave my career at the time of 4 years with one company. And this new place, while it wasn't my dream job, had a huge impact on my life emotionally. I didn't even realize the amount of trauma I had went through in my everyday life until I left my previous company. Regardless, my boss at the time had an idea. She wanted us to do vision boards. And I really had never done a vision board. I actually giggled. When she first suggested it, I giggled because the idea of a fun activity at work was so foreign to me at that point. Now, this whole point of this podcast is not to bash any companies or anything. I think a lot of times when you leave an old company, it's not the company. A lot of times it's your boss, it's your manager, it's whoever was leading you at the time. And at that point, there was not a lot of fun involved with my job. So when I got to this new job and she was like, let's make vision boards, I was like, what? Okay, cool. Let's do it. Give me my poster board. She wanted us to come up with it in our own time, to create a poster board with our dreams, our goals, fun facts about us, all so she could get to know us better. That was super exciting for me. I kept thinking, I have tons of goals. This is great. I'll be able to knock this out in no time. But then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I worked in branding. Vision statements were kind of my thing. And I realized I personally had no vision. What did I really want in life? How could my goals benefit my overall vision? That's literally what I did for a job, but I hadn't done it for myself. How silly? How silly is that? It's so easy to forget about what we truly want and, more importantly, what we need in our lives. We get distracted by the hustle and bustle of life. It's a whole lot simpler to help out a friend in need than to help yourself, right? Think this is something you may identify with? Not sure? Well, see if you can answer this question. What is your vision? I don't mean anyone else's but yours. What is your vision? When I couldn't answer that question, I started by writing down everything that was super important to me, things I truly could not live without. Once I had that, I moved into my goals. I wrote all those down. Afterward, I took a step back, looked at everything, and this is what I had. What was most important to me was my family, my friendships, having a creative outlet, helping my friends and my family in need, traveling. Oh, I love traveling. My health and my life. That's what was so important to me at the time, and still. And then what did I write down for goals? Make mornings suck less. That always seems to find its way on my goal list, because even if I work toward it, I always just want to make my mornings better. Better routines, work, gym, diet, whatever that was, I just needed a routine in my life. Learn to love yourself. That was the beginning of my self-love journey. I was really struggling back in 2018 to figure out who I was, what I wanted to do, and then also to love myself. Take monthly hikes, explore new places. I wanted to be more active and get outdoors, see all 50 states by the time I'm 30, and that one burns, okay? I wrote that down so many years ago. And guys, I turned 30 this year. July 23rd, 1991, baby. Turning 30. Say goodbye to my youth. So safe to say that goal is not going to be met, but honestly, I blame COVID and quarantine 2020 because I could have been going places, but I couldn't. I have 12 states left, and I turned 30 in July. So you do the math. Keep going. Goals. All right. Lose a healthy amount of weight. Focus on your health and the way you feel, not the number. Make the most of every day and kick depression's beep. I'm censoring myself. So here we are. At the time, I was really going through the high point of my depression. So it was something that I kind of felt every day. And I knew that's something I needed to get rid of. That was something I needed to get a hold of and figure out and work through. I realized at that time that I knew exactly who I was, but my issue was loving and embracing that person. That was a deep-rooted realization. I thought I loved myself. I think we all do. I think we all sit there and we're like, I love myself. I'm a cool person. But really, I just mostly liked who I was and continued to let all of these self-proclaimed flaws take over. These flaws brought on by an unfortunate case of bullying when I was very young. To me, I was just this ugly fat girl at heart. I hate saying that, but it's true. Like, I truly believed, even way later in life, that I was just this ugly fat girl who no one would ever really like. And I'm not telling this so you feel bad for me. I'm really not. It's about growth, and where you find growth is in the deepest, darkest places within your soul. It's kind of crazy, right? In order to move forward, you have to dig into what is holding you back. For me, it was bullying. For you, it could be something completely different. When I realized I was still holding on to this bullying situation from my youth, I realized I'd been depressed for a long time. I didn't even know it was depression because I was able to distract myself from it so much. To be clear, I was always a very happy person. I always have been. I'm a little ray of sunshine. And to a stranger or a friend, I projected nothing but confidence and joy. However, on the inside, I was always judging myself, my every move, from what I said to what I wore to what I did, everything, all of it. And it was time for me to take my life back. So I finally created my vision statement because there was no way in hell I was letting those bullies from 15 plus years ago dim my light any longer. And I wrote it down. I just wrote it down. I just had all these feelings and I put it on paper. To love who I am outwardly and inwardly, no matter what. To take risks and to find balance. To be me and to be the best person I can be within my mind, body, and soul. You guys hear me say that a lot. Like this whole podcast is called a Healthy Living Podcast. And it's for your mind, body, and soul to be aligned. Like, that's huge for me. That's something that, like, I don't just say that to be, like, silly. Or I don't say that to be like, I'm trying to help you with your mind, body, and soul. No, I mean it. I really do. Because the way I started this journey, this was one of my first blog posts I ever wrote. And my vision statement for myself was to be me and to be the best person I can be within my mind, body, and soul. So it's huge. I hope you guys really do know that when I say that, I say it. I mean it. And I live it. And I hope that you, when you hear this, can also start to look inward and figure out how you can align that too. So I had all my goals, I had all my visions, and I was ready to create my board. And I'm going to do this again this year. I'm so excited. I think what I'll do is do my first YouTube video with my vision board for 2021, maybe. We'll see. I still haven't created the YouTube. I have the channel, but I still need to put some content on it. So I was thinking the first one could be this truth about goals situation and making my vision board. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, this is my story of way back when. So getting back to the vision board, now that I had my goals and my vision, I was ready to create my vision board. I was super excited. So if you want to take a look at that, because I know we're just speaking here and listening, you can go to CaliCraze.com and look for the Truth About Goals. Let me tell you a secret blog post. I actually have the picture of my 2018 vision board posted. So if you want to go look at that, you can. Anyway, so once I was finished with it and I was able to see visually everything I had written down previously, it clicked. We posted them on the walls as a constant reminder of what we were working toward. And imagine that. I had progress. Goals were happening. I've since left Baltimore. As you guys know, I live in Tennessee now. I had really decided ultimately back then that my heart was missing my family. And ironically, when I made my vision board back in 2018, I kept feeling like something was wrong. Like I wouldn't be able to complete all my goals without having my family by my side. So 9 years and 3 states later, I made my way back to Memphis. My vision was clear and my goals were set. I moved home, started a new job, and continued my life. And the craziness of moving, I misplaced my vision board. I figured, whatever, it's okay. I know what I needed to do now, right? And then, I remember this so vividly. I remember at the time I was living in my parents' house and I was going through some boxes because I couldn't find a pair of boots I wanted to wear. And guess what your girl stumbled on? My vision board. You guessed it. Yeah, what a feeling. It was the planner thing. Again, it was happening. I was so mad. Emotionally, I was good and I was still maintaining those goals, but I was nowhere near the goals I had set for my health and my routines. I wasn't waking up early. I wasn't working out nearly as much as I wanted to. And part of me, of course, knew this. I knew in my heart I was not following through anymore. But I was just too wrapped up in my life and my move and my new job that I lost sight. So, I marched into that room and I put my vision board back on the wall and I just stared at it. What was the disconnect? What happened to me again? I was doing so good early in the year. I shouldn't have to view this vision board every day to maintain my goals and to be consistent, right? I shouldn't have to do that. Even though it was a nice sight to see, it shouldn't have been something that just because it wasn't on my wall, I couldn't maintain my goals. This was a life change for me. It should be second nature, right? It wasn't. And that's because my mindset was a little stuck at the time. One of my favorite quotes by Wayne Dyer, I believe is how you say his name, is, "If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change." I love it. I love this quote. Every time I hear it, I'm like, yes. It's all about the way you look at life and the challenges that come your way. It was way easy for me to say, that move was super tough. I'll eventually get back into working out more. I just don't have the time right now. Then for me to say, hey, I'm in a new city. I'm pretty busy, but I'm sure I can fit in some workouts after work before dinner. I was not even trying to figure that out. I was halfway between a fixed and a growth mindset. So if you don't know anything about a fixed and a growth mindset, I'll give you a few examples. A fixed mindset is someone who's more like, I don't like challenges. I am who I am. My abilities are unchanging. Failure is the limit of my abilities. My attitude won't change. I am who I am. I'm either good at something or I'm not. Feedback is personal. I like doing what I know. So that's all fixed mindset. Growth mindset is new things are fun. The effort I put in matters. Failure is just a chance for me to pick myself back up. My attitude affects my ability for success. I can do anything if I put my mind to it. Any feedback is good feedback, and a challenge helps me grow. See the difference? Have you ever been on either side of those? I sometimes found myself feeling, a little bit on the fixed side where it was just I'm not going to change my attitude. It is what it is. But I also was still new things are fun. I was just overwhelmed, right? We can kind of flow back and forth between these, but it's important to always strive to have a growth mindset. Because if you don't, you are not going to accept challenges. You are not going to run towards your goals. And it's going to be really hard for you to keep reaching your goals when you have a fixed negative mindset. Part of me at the time was excelling at my goals, and the other part of me was making excuses. Around that time, one of my really close friends from Baltimore, Katie, she owns her own business, Fits Runner. You guys should check it out if you haven't looked into it already. I was so inspired by her. Her persistence kickstarted what I consider my changeover to a complete growth mindset. If you know Katie at all, she embodies it. She embodies a growth mindset. She had a full-time job at the time, just like me, but she still found the time to start a business, run marathons, and overall just be awesome. What? What was stopping me from doing the same? Do you ever do that? Do you ever look at Facebook or Instagram and you see someone you know that's doing all these amazing things and you're like, why can't I do that? Why? Because you're not putting effort toward it. You're not having that growth mindset. You're not trying to do that. Now, obviously, it's important to note that things you see on social media doesn't mean these people are perfect. We all project on social media the best versions of ourselves, obviously. So keep that in mind. But if you do see things and you like what they're doing and you want to make changes, change your mindset. You can have all the goals you want, but without the right mindset, you will continue to find ways to push them away. Trust me. Changing over to a growth mindset, it doesn't happen overnight, but consistency and results will help keep you on the right path. Next time when you are leaving work and you say to yourself, I am too exhausted and I have too much work to do, or maybe you're not leaving home because now we all work from home. Not all of us, but some of us. Maybe you're working from home and you're just like, oh, I just don't have the time. I still need to do this. No. Make a conscious effort to think differently. As hard as it may be, switch the script. The more consistently you say yes to challenges, you will begin to live your life more fully. You will start to cross goals right off your list. And you will ultimately feel so much better. I promise. I'm here for you on this journey. Trust me when I say that. I am still learning every day to love myself. My journey happened 2018. That was the time. This blog post that I just relived for you was when I decided that I had to take my life back. I'm still learning, but I always try to keep my mindset positive. You need to keep doing that. If you keep doing that, trust me, 2 years down the road, 3 years down the road, how long has it been? 2018, 19, 20, 20. Oh my goodness. 3 years, who knew? Anyways, but if you get to that point where 3 years down the road and you've continued this vision, continued this mindset, you work hard on your goals, I promise you will start to feel better. You'll be a better version of yourself, and life just ultimately will not knock you down every time something bad happens. You can work through it. No road is an easy one, especially when you feel like you're dragging excess baggage around. So free yourself. Be the best you can be. If you were made fun of as a kid, if you had a situation of abuse, if you had all these different things happening to you, it's time for you to take your power back. Free yourself and be the best person that you can be, because you are worth it and you are loved. You are so, so loved. And this year, make sure that you love yourself, that you love others, that you give yourself that compassion back, and you followed through on your goals. So I suggest, if you haven't done it already, go get yourself a piece of paper, sit down, write down what's most important to you, write down some goals, make a vision statement, figure out what do you want out of your life this year. And then if you want to do the fun part, which I love, I'm visual, make a vision board. Go grab yourself a 99-cent poster board and go get some magazines or print some stuff out on your computer, cut it out, and look at your goals. Look at them in a visual form. Get motivated. Today is the day that you take your life back and you don't keep letting anything cloud your judgment. Be the best version of you. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this takes you guys. And I will be following through, I promise, with my vision board this year. And hopefully I can get that on YouTube for y'all. I love you. So excited for us this year. We're going to take our power back in 2021. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day. I love you. Bye. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like, rate, review, and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or pretty much anywhere you can listen to a podcast. For more from me and Cali Chats, visit www.calicreates.com, or you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram at Cali Creates LLC. Thanks, and talk to you guys later. Bye.